Alright folks, it's time for Songs from the Deserts number 6 we're up to now. So this is a slight departure from a normal way of doing things in that I've been trying to pick them in sort of chronological order, i.e. the ones that are up first have been the ones that I've been doing. The problem with that is I started writing in early October. When I go back to look at them, I've forgotten what played on the piano, so I have to kind of like relearn them, whereas I only wrote this a couple of days ago. Therefore it's still fresh in my mind, quite easy to do, and slightly pushed for time at the moment because we're going away on Friday, so I need to get as much done, recorded as I can before we go. So Silicone Sue is a fictitious character who's got herself on Instagram and probably the social media. That's the one that I mentioned. And in order to increase her popularity, has a lot of plastic surgery. So yeah, we have two sons, both of whom are 24. One of whom works in the fashion or cosmetic industry. He's a hair colorist, and he's really talented, does really well. One thing I've noticed about he and his contemporaries is that it's second nature to them to have plastic surgery or cosmetic surgery. Don't think anything of it to them. It's just normal. You want to change something about yourself, change it. Which is just, I can't quite get my head around that. For me, if I've got to have surgery, it's because, you know, I'd balk at having it for any other reason than I really need something fixing. You're probably looking at me thinking, well, mate, you might want to rethink that. You know, I've got enough for two noses here and carrying me shopping in the bags under my eyes. But I kind of think, well, fuck it. Even if I did have that done, it isn't going to make me a better piano player. It's not going to make me write better songs. And really, at my age, what does it matter that much what I look like? But I suppose easy for me to say, isn't it? I know the pressures when you're in your late teens or your 20s to try and get on in the world and look a certain way, you know, conform to certain paradigms of attractiveness. And these days people are bombarded. I mean, I know it's always been the case to a point you go back as far as you want, and there's been a kind of standard of beauty that people might aspire to. But I think now, with the constant bombardment of images from social media, prior to that advertising, means that people are a lot more conscious of it. Men as well as women. I know men that kind of have plastic surgery, as I say. Carl's has had some. So it's not. Whilst this song is about a woman, Silicone Sue. I started with Silicone Sally, actually, thinking, you know, like Sally Cinnamon, the Stone Roses character, but there isn't a lot of rhymes with Sally Alley maybe, but Sue. There isn't loads of rhymes with that, so it's easy to deal with. But it is a fictitious character. I've got to stress that it's not about a particular person. So it started off with a line that I got a few days ago. She goes to the clinic for whatever she can get. Now her arse is the size of a typical planet. Clearly a massive exaggeration. In any case, what's a typical planet? But anyway, that developed into the final verse. There's a line in it as well that kind of refers to Jurgen Klopp. Klopp, has had his teeth done. He always think he looks a bit like Sherlock with these massive teeth that he's got. So I was, I'm doing research for my lyrics. I googled the horse lover, and as luck would have it, it's a hippophile, which of course rhymes with smiles, and we can't not use that. So that's found its way in. But as I say, that was the final verse. So I then had to work my way backwards and think, well, why has this person had this? Why does this person need to have all this plastic surgery done? Why is she not confident in herself? So just applied a bit of cod psychology. Decided that she was not one of the popular ones at school because she was fat, wasn't as good looking as the rest, and once she left school, decided to kind of change her appearance, just with the use of Photoshop and a push-up bra to start with, and then as her popularity burgeoned, she kind of got a bit more confidence and then became addicted to changing her appearance in order to kind of increase her popularity. But you know, it works, doesn't it? One of Cal's friends is what I say. I've never heard of this before. I've only just got involved in social media really to try and change my career to develop the writing side of it, as opposed to just gigging and teaching, which is what I've done since I left my day job. But one of his friends said, what does she do? And he goes, oh, she's on Instagram, she's an influencer. I'm like, a what? He goes, yeah, an influencer. So I'm like, well, what's that all about then? I've got, you know, about 12 followers or something on Instagram. I don't know why. Well, I'm starting to get an idea of how it works, but I'm really kind of clueless, let's be honest. So I said, what influencer, what's that? He said, well, these people wants to get to a certain number of followers, and it's hundreds of thousands, you know what I mean? It's absolutely mind-boggling. And what they do is, if you don't know, like me, they just kind of either wear things or demonstrate products, and they get paid for doing it. Kind of brilliant, you might say. I suppose it's brilliant in one way, that, you know, a decent way of making a living, I suppose, but I know how much time I have to put into it, and all I'm doing is like a daily intro quiz and a song once a week, and it's really quite time consuming. So these folk must have to be doing research, and they said, oh, you need to be posting 3 or 4 times a day. I'm like, fuck that, 3 or 4 times, what am I going to post? And before I came up with the intro quiz idea, I was really struggling with the kind of content. It's like, you know, I can't just put I'm going here, I'm going there, or whatever. It just doesn't seem right to me. Anyway, I needed to find something. I thought, well, at least there's something interesting there for people to look at. So anyway, yes, influencers, that's what they do. And of course, if people, you know, you're conscious of the fact that people are looking at you all the time, or you want whatever you're wearing to look good, or if you know, it's makeup or clothes or whatever, then I suppose it's massively important. So there's nothing meant to be judgmental about this, or I know there's kind of a bit of a gentle piss take in the final verse, and I suppose it does concern me that, you know, people aren't happy with their parents or confident enough to just be themselves. But as I say, my age, that's probably easier to say. I really don't want to. It's your life, you do what you want with it, and if you think that changing your parents like that is going to work for you, then good luck to you. Anyway, enough of me proselytising. I'll get the tune recorded well, next, now I finish this, post it either later on today or tomorrow, certainly over the weekend at the latest. And I shall see you in the morning for the intro quiz. Nice one, bye-bye. Alright folks, intro quiz time. Today's guitar riff is one of the most famous of all times. In fact, it's been voted one of the best guitarists ever by various publications, so I'm sure you won't have too much trouble guessing what it is or knowing what it is. So there's quite a few jaunty points up for grabs today. On which classical tune is it? Well, it's not so much bass, but it's often compared with a classical piece of music. So who wrote that? What is it? I'll give you a little clue. In 2010, the singer-guitarist got into the Guinness Book of Records. So I want to know, for what did he get into the Guinness Book of Records? And what's his name? And 7 years earlier, so in 1993, an album was released by an American singer.